Welcome to episode number. Oh, fuck me.
Yo, I have a mic muted. Yo, you did exactly how you
That's what he does.
Look at his face, dude. I'm sorry. All right.
Lucas, look away.
No.
Oh, yes, yes,
All right, here we go. Welcome to season number 2 of the Go for 2 podcast, episode number 17. I am your host, Jackson Walsh. I got my friend, my buddy, my pal, Lucas Saver with me. Lucas, it seems that we are once again joined by the grace, where presence has been graced by yet one another person. Who we got?
Yes. All right, and obviously not as good as Casey. All right.
No one can never be as good as Casey.
This is our buddy Zach, though. Zach, please introduce yourself as a fellow Titans fan. All right, because the Cowboys are garbage, so we don't invite Cowboys. We don't have Cowboy fans on here.
Facts. No one likes the Cowboys. First off, the Cowgirls. You mispronounced. Come on now.
Ooh.
Oh man, he's just going for it. We got another one of those.
Number 2, I'm the GOAT. I just want to say that I'm the GOAT.
He's pulling up.
He's gonna start a fight with Casey. He's the best guess.
Before we kind of get started today, we got an action-packed episode ready for you guys. Of course, we got a guest, and so, but before we kind of get into that, we want to address something major that has happened recently. I'm sure, unless you've been living under a rock, you might have seen the news recently, no matter which news site that you actually do follow. So the sports world was kind of taken into a different direction here with the tragic shooting of Jacob Blake up in Wisconsin. Started with the Milwaukee Bucks. They decided to boycott their game, which eventually led to the entire NBA postponing a couple of postseason games. They were even debating whether they should continue the postseason. You have a massive response from the MLB. You have a massive response from the NFL. And we would just like to take a moment to, while me and Lucas and even Zach, while we're here, personally don't disclose our personal feelings about the situation in any given way. Please feel free to hit us up. Shoot us a Facebook message, text me if you know me personally. I'm more than happy to have that conversation and talk with you. But we want to use this small little platform right here to recognize the terrible tragedy that did exactly happen. No matter what side of the fence that you were on, we here at Go for Two firmly believe that at the end of the day, we're all humans and we should treat each other as such.
Yeah,
that's all we'll have to at least kind of say on the topic. Earlier,
yeah.
You have something, Lucas, that you
want
to
add? I just want to say like we don't want to ignore that there are problems going on in the country right now.
There's a problem,
but we also don't want to get out of our lane too much. So like he said, if you wanna hit us up, we'll talk about it as much as you want. Give you our personal feelings. Hit us up in the comments wherever you want to, and Absolutely. We'll let you know everything.
Yeah, but moving on from that, let's get back into the sports world, guys, especially with the NFL. But Lucas, I have here with us today, I have the comments ready. Okay, you don't have to ask me about it. I have them ready and pulled up. They're ready to go. You don't have to roast me.
I usually do. Every episode, Zach, okay? You wouldn't know because you're not here every week. I have the displeasure of being here every week at the very beginning of the episode when Jackson doesn't have the comments ready.
Come on, Jackson. Every week. Get it together, buddy.
Well, here, I got some comments, and it's from our friend Casey. Okay, Casey, all right?
Number 1 fan.
First of all, by the way, congratulations on moving into your new house. Lucas, they moved into their new spot. It's really nice. I've seen pictures and photos and a little virtual tour. It's a great time.
Golf clap.
Yeah, golf clap. Looking good. Okay, so first one from Mr. Casey. He says, "Oh my gosh, guys, it looks like the clown might be starting for the Pats. I saw the fool dancing in practice looking stupid. LOL."
Oh, listen, guys.
The clown.
You know what that means?
Are we talking about Cam? Well, I didn't know because the OG clown's Antonio Brown, so I got a little spookified there for a moment. I thought it was Halloween already, but it ain't. It ain't Spooktober yet, people. Okay, but yeah. Okay, Zach wasn't here for that episode, so real quick, let's go off on a tangent. Zach, do you think Cam Newton is going to be the starter for the Patriots week 1?
Yes.
See,
I can't stand you.
Going to be Stidham.
You think so? I think
you
have to go Cam. Cam's been there. He's been there a couple of times, you know? He's been around. He know how to work. He know how this thing works.
He's been around so much, my man got benched. The team that drafted him, the team he took to the Super Bowl, don't want him no more.
Hey, that's fine, because all he needs is a little change of scenery, and he's going to go goof the game up with the greatest coach of all time. That's all.
Look, I will say my main argument, my main logical thought process and why I don't think he'll be the starter is that I feel like Bill Belichick wants accuracy and good decision making, and I feel like Cam has an arm and is athletic. He is
Cam
not
give you one
accurate.
Or two good throws a game.
1 or 2 good throws a game.
That's all you need.
Well, hey, if he's 2 for 6 for, I don't know, 200 yards, or I guess it'd have to be like 2 99-yard touchdown passes, then I guess it's okay.
Hey, bro, look, his legs are very underrated. And they got a lot of good running backs in there. They drafted a couple tight ends. They got some good young receivers. His job's not gonna be that hard with Belichick.
The Patriots?
Yeah. Don't you disrespect my boy from ASU, N'Keal Harry. I'm gonna use you to calm down. I love me some N'Keal Harry. And I'm gonna use you to calm down, okay?
Why do we bring this man?
He's
N'Keal
wild.
Harry is the truth.
This man is wilding. Okay, speaking of wilding, Lucas, apparently you are wilding, according to Casey. He says, yep, Lucas, you have lost your mind. He says, Lucas, why in the heck would you pick the Eagles over the Saints? I mean, at this point, Wentz is out from injury, and Hurts is no match for Big Bad Reed.
Because this was the game, I might be wrong, but in my head, I was like, this is that game that the backup quarterback comes in and wins, because Wentz gets hurt or he gets benched or something. The backup quarterback comes in for Philly. Their whole team rallies behind him, and they beat the Saints because it's towards the end of the year, and the quarterback's gone, and the Saints think they have an easy win, and then they don't have an easy win, Casey. So excuse me for being an oracle and seeing the future, because they're going to lose.
Here we go again, coming at my boy Wentz.
Listen, Wentz ain't nothing, bro. I don't know why you right on this one.
Stop this. All I'm saying is, the last time he got hurt, bro, I remember it. Nightcap game. Man in his face throws a laser to the end zone and gets absolutely freaking hammered to the ground. Hurts his ribs, and he comes back and he leads him to a win over the Packers. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm not lying, or whoever it was. Regardless, he's that man with no receivers. Stop disrespecting. I know we can't stay healthy, but God darn it if he could.
I mean, Todd Gurley'd be a legend if my boy could stay on the field.
He's chalk. His knee's all gone, bro. No, he might turn around, but I mean, it's looking bad.
Got a good group, good offense.
I'm sorry, I just coughed right into the mic. My mic did not mute when I pressed the button. I'm sorry about that.
Casey's sick and tired of hearing your sputum go into the dang mic, Lucas.
Every day. It's right there.
Well, speaking of all that, anyway, thank you guys for the comments. By the way, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. We will, of course, read every single comment for you guys at the beginning of the show. Get a little fan interaction with you guys, okay? Casey's down there all by his lonesome. Aiden, Alex.
Yes.
Jen, what's up?
And we need people to let us know if you want us to start streaming the podcast live, so that you can interact with us while we do the pod. Okay, we've thought about it, and you're going to get to see some bloopers and stuff too. Because I'm going to be honest, we're not professionals, so we're not always coming up to the setups and one-shotting our pod. Okay, Jackson messed up 3 times before this. Okay, times 3 times.
Minus 2. Yeah. All right. Here we go. We're flying by the seat of our pants. It's late on a Thursday night. We're getting this out for Casey.
Yeah, it's midnight.
We got the questions and stuff all gone and dealt with.
Yes.
What is up with my man Earl Thomas?
Your man Earl Thomas.
Yeah, University of Texas guy. All right, graduate, ball hawk for the Seahawks, hanging out with the Ravens.
I just want to say, regardless of what he might have disrespected Derrick Henry last year, but he's still that man.
Okay, I just want to say, okay, my favorite thing I've heard about this Earl Thomas story, which I'll tell everyone what it is here in a second. My favorite thing is that he gets released, and then I've got people on Twitter saying the Titans need to sign Earl Thomas as a fullback because he is the best blocker Derrick Henry has ever had.
That was pretty funny.
Okay.
He did put a kick me sign on the back of his jersey.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, Earl Thomas actually got into an altercation. He punched his teammate, who's the safety on the team. I don't remember the dude's name. I'm sorry. It's midnight. bear with us. But the important thing is that the leadership, the players within the team came together, said they wanted the guy gone. The team got off paying him his guaranteed money because they did it for like detrimental to the team, conduct detrimental to the team. So he's obviously going to be like suing them probably to try to get that money back. And now he is looking for a team. All right. And so at first it was not leaked, whatever. People were just like, oh, the Cowboys are going to go after him. But then it was leaked that the Cowboys are not going to go after him. And then of course Jerry comes up and he's like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. But I mean, he also did that when people were like, oh, the Cowboys are in talks to give Dak like this insane contract. And he was like, oh, that's not happening. But then they definitely were. They definitely were.
Oh,
So, but I just want to know, like, number one, I want to know which team y'all might think that he's going to go to. I want to know what y'all think this means about the guy. I mean, if the Dirty Birds won't stand up with his attitude and stuff, then I mean, you gotta think he's got some slim pickings.
Well, when I think about Earl Thomas, I think about his exit from Seattle, literally giving the bird to the Bird Stadium.
Then he went to the Dirty Birds.
He went to the Dirty Birds, and he goes over to the Ravens. Right, helps him out last year. I think he did a pretty good job. Then he ended up ultimately being Derrick Henry's fullback for a play. But I like Earl Thomas, man. He was a University of Texas guy. I watched him for forever. I think he played really well in Seattle with the Legion of Boom. I think he's on the tail end of his career. But what was that, Zach?
Go.
Okay. I think he's on the tail end of his career. When I think about different teams that match up well for him, though, Lucas, I'm thinking Cleveland. And I'm thinking Cleveland because, okay, I know you're looking at me sideways, but give me a second. Number one, obviously they have no problem with bad boys, aka Myles Garrett, literally threw a helmet at some dude's head. Okay, so they have no issue there at all. So, like, I mean, a punch in the face is nothing compared to that.
He literally tried to kill him, man.
Second of all, their recent safety, their second pick. Oh my gosh, people are gonna hate us for this part. Thank you, Zachary.
Oh, I know him because I love him.
Recently just got injured. He was projected to start, and I could see someone coming in like Earl Thomas, taking over that position. He's a veteran. He'd like to get back at the Ravens. He's someone that holds grudges, very tight to the chest, and I could see him wanting to play against Baltimore a couple times. Browns bring him in on a veteran minimum deal. He's going to sue for the rest of his bonus cash money somewhere else. He feels the need. He feels a void. I think Cleveland.
I like that. Because he can also help teach Grant Delpit the way.
Yeah, and him and Myles Garrett can,
okay.
People together.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about Grant Delpit. Okay.
Yeah.
But before Zach gives us his answer on what he thinks, I do want to remind everyone that this was the man whose like wife in the off season like caught him and his brother with some other woman. Okay, so like he's had some off the field issues too, and I know we don't like to talk about off the field issues. We try to keep it all like football stuff.
Sure,
but my man might have some problems. I mean, Antonio Brown's downfall was real quick,
very fast. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think anything that have come out about Earl Thomas is that bad. I mean, sleeping with a girl with your brother might be.
I mean, his wife pulled a gun on him. He had to wrestle it away from him.
That's the only thing that's like, well, what?
Spicy.
Yeah. Now the punch to the teammate, like, I mean, things happen. Stuff get heated on the field sometimes. So, at least he didn't. Myles Garrett, the guy. And
that's true.
And then the Seattle exit, I mean, I think that was coming for a long time because there was a lot of stuff, about how people in the organization and him were not getting along.
He just doesn't seem to fit with the system. And so the question now arises, Zach and Lucas, can he fit within a system? Can it work?
I think he can if he wants to play.
That's true. You make yourself fit. But, I mean, he can obviously fit with the Cowboys, too.
Yeah, he could.
Oh, yeah, Jerry Jones ain't got no problem. You punch a teammate, come on in. Ain't no problem.
He might fit right in with that Saxonville.
I think he would also fit well with the Raiders.
Yes.
Pair him with Jonathan Abram?
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Mhm.
dirty.
I really don't care. Hey, knock on wood if you're with me. You know what I'm saying? Like he's with it.
Him and Abram, dude, they both hit hard. You get up that second level.
All of a sudden,
I think
That's a
he'd fit
problem.
with Jacksonville too.
That's exactly what Zach just said with Saxonville.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Saxonville.
can see him going in with Jacksonville. Yeah, I can see that a lot.
Also, see like New Orleans or Minnesota.
I don't know if Sean Payton put up with him.
I don't think Sean Payton would put up with them. But I feel like if you got his stuff in order, that would be a really good fit for
Feels like
him because he's
gotta
got
wanna
some
be
young.
there.
He's got a good defense with him again. So like that just
For
makes his
sure.
job even easier. And then you got Marshawn Lattimore out there and Eli Apple when he's not inconsistent. You know.
Yeah, that definitely gets really scary. Yeah, I like that. Cleveland
Got a really good pass
Jacksonville,
rush too. Ooh, you know what I'm
Oakland,
saying? My
or
man?
excuse
He
me,
said,
not
"Ooh."
LV, Las Vegas.
All right.
Yeah,
There's some options out there,
that
but
happen.
you know he might not get picked up. Let's be real.
So I want us to shimmy away from the bad, and we're gonna shimmy into the greatness.
Oh,
That is
a
the
good one.
fact that Alex Smith is back. So, for those of you that do not remember the GOAT, as Zach says, Alex Smith was starting quarterback for the Chiefs. He did a really good job of bringing Patrick Mahomes up. He did a really good job of playing, especially those last 2 years with the Chiefs. I thought he had great years. And then it comes time to get re-signed. He doesn't get re-signed to the Chiefs. He goes and he plays for the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team. Excuse
The
me.
Washington football team now.
Yeah, Washington
Yes.
football team. Come on now.
Yes.
The Red Wolves.
And my man just gets hurt, and it was gruesome. If you have not seen it, he had a very bad leg injury, and so he's
17
basically
surgeries.
17 surgeries. So my boy's basically been recuperating for 2 years.
Yeah.
You should have lost a leg, bro.
Yeah, it's a like a miracle that he didn't lose a leg. But after all that time, like I've seen videos and he doesn't look that bad. Obviously, he's never going to be the same, but he has been activated back onto the roster. So I want to know what y'all think about the possibility of him playing for Washington this year. And I do want to say that he's got to be one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. At least smarter.
Yes.
He can help bring up Dwayne Haskins. And honestly, I would probably take him over Dwayne Haskins right now because he was bad last
Lucas,
year.
my friend, you were taking the word out of my mouth. Absolutely.
Okay.
Out this
That's
Ooh.
it. It's my time to say something. I'm tired of it. No more
But
Dwayne
hey,
Haskins.
you know what, man? Go for it. Go talk about going Dwayne Haskins. Go on.
Listen. All right. I'm not gonna sit here and be like Dwayne Haskins is the second coming of the quarterback god or something. You know, all I'm gonna say is that Dwayne Haskins got into a situation that the coaches didn't want him, and when the coaches don't want you, it makes your job a lot harder because they don't want you to be the starter. So he's got to grind and they just don't want him to succeed. It makes it so much harder for him. Like the coordinators didn't want him, the head coach didn't want him, the GM wanted him. So I feel like that rookie year is kind of like, I don't know if you can take that and be like, okay, that's who he is as a player. Give him a little bit more time, and then Alex Smith comes in, you know, does what Alex Smith does. He's smart, accurate. He ain't gonna take the big play, but he's not gonna make big mistakes. Teach him that. Let him know.
Look, I felt like you had something to say. Did you?
So,
By the whole Dwayne Haskins thing.
I mean, you know, Josh Rosen. Coach
What
didn't
about-
want him.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Josh Rosen.
He got traded to the
It's
Dolphins
the
and
same
couldn't be
thing,
a starter.
But the Dolphins is an even worse situation than Washington.
Oh, don't no.
Yes,
No,
it is.
there's
Yes,
not.
it is.
Washington
They have no
is the
offensive
worst
linemen.
situation in the NFL right now.
Stop.
Their
No, it's
GM
not.
is
Yeah,
under
now-
investigation by the NFL. Or maybe it's their owner.
but I'm saying,
Either
like,
way,
last year,
they've got
that don't-
problems.
No, from like a
They
talent
had a
perspective-
tackle with cancer that they were not treating, Zach.
Oh, I'm not talking about like office stuff. I'm talking about on the field talent.
Do you see what is happening here?
On the field talent, Josh Rosen was done from the beginning, bro. I remember there was a game where I watched him run like 6 plays in a row for first downs because every time he got the ball, he had to take off running instantly. That offensive line was the worst. They drafted some people. We'll see, but they took some questionable, picks.
Dwayne Haskins is the worst young quarterback in the league. That is a starter.
I don't believe this.
That's starting this year? You don't think he's the worst?
Yeah, you
he's
might
the
be
worst
right.
quarterback.
Yeah,
he's
you
the
might be
worst.
right, you might be
He's the worst starting quarterback in the league.
I still think he's gonna be good.
If
Though.
Tua starts, Tua will be better, which he's expected not to start, by the way, according to training camp news.
Hey, I would not start him in that offensive line right now. You got to prove to me block where I put his injury-prone butt out there.
Well, Lucas, to answer your question, brother, you took the words right out of my mouth. Number one, I take Alex Smith over Dwayne Haskins all day, regardless of what Zach says. I think from what I saw when Dwayne Haskins playing with the Washington football team, he
no love
struggling to say the least. And I think he is the worst starting quarterback in the league at the moment. I think, is there room to improve? There only is room to improve because when you're at the bottom, you got nowhere to go but up. I hope he improves. If he doesn't improve, then he's going to be one of the biggest busts ever. If he doesn't improve, then he's going to be one of the biggest busts ever. I mean, that's
false. That's false. That's false.
Definitely
There's
true.
no way.
100%.
There's no way.
I mean, like right now, you're looking at Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota is some really big quarterback bust.
Ryan Leaf.
Yeah, Ryan Leaf, a big bust.
Marcus Russell.
I don't think you put him up there with those though, because like
Derek Carr's brother.
David Carr.
David Carr, but also like, I mean, Dwayne Haskins had an amazing year at Ohio State, broke records for them.
1 year.
That's all he got to play was 1 year. It's all it took to get him into the NFL.
Really that big a bust off 1 year?
Yes.
I'm not saying he's a big a bust yet. I'm saying he's at the bottom of the totem pole, literally the very bottom, like dirt is below him in terms of starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
I'm saying RG3 is better than him.
Okay, yeah. Now you're wilding.
And in terms of starting quarterbacks, being at number 32, there's nowhere to go but up. If he gets to 31, that's an improvement. That's great. But if he doesn't improve, if he stays at 32, then he's a bust.
Danny Dimes is better than this man, and he looks like a kindergartner.
When it comes to football, bounds beyond this man.
When it comes to football, I'd like to say I'm a glass half full type of guy. Okay, I like to see the good in everybody until they just are actual meat, or unless they're on my team, then I'm really critical.
Well, look.
But listen here, buddy. Dwayne Haskins can be good, and he, you know what? He will be good.
Look.
But what? What's up?
The things you have said. We've been doing this for 22 minutes, Zach, and the things you have said. Wow, what I'm about to say is going to seem really bad now, since apparently I don't know how to speak. But I was going to say that you seem like a brain half full kind of guy because you're saying some crazy stuff. But I can't speak properly.
Look,
but go ahead, Jack.
I really think that Alex Smith has a really good chance to start. I think it's an incredible feel-good story. Like you said, 17 surgeries. The guy almost lost his leg because of an infection. He broke his leg right before the Thanksgiving game. It's taken him 2 years to get to this point. If you guys remember, we did an episode and we talked about this for a while. I did an entire segment. I think it was earlier on this season because a documentary came out with it over the summer about this very thing. I encourage you to go watch it. Just search up Alex Smith. It's one of like the E60s or whatever, like 30 for 30 type things. So definitely go give it a watch. He's got a great family, good support system around him. What kept him keeping his leg and kept him keeping moving and driving forward is his love for football. And it's unfortunate he goes to the Chiefs. He plays extremely well, right? Pro Bowl caliber type ball. They draft Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I don't know what else there is to tell you. You got Patrick Mahomes behind you. He's best quarterback in the league now. Sorry. And so you
finally earned a contract.
Finally earned a contract. Goes to Washington, plays extremely well. Beat us like 3 times. We couldn't beat this dude.
You're bad.
Then he gets hurt. It's just he doesn't want to go out like that, basically. And so I think he has a really good chance of starting. I think Dwayne Haskins can learn from him from a backup role, and hopefully Dwayne Haskins gets better. I don't want there to be a league full of bad quarterbacks. I would like Dwayne Haskins to be a good one. But I think Alex Smith has a really good chance at starting, provided he gets back and up to speed. But they're going to be careful and ginger with him and limit his reps, because the last thing that they want to do to this guy who literally just spent the past 2 years battling for his life and to get back on the field is throw him out there and he gets one bad play and his life is that much harder. So I don't know. I think he could be a real asset to the team. I hope he does end up starting at some point, because personally I just haven't seen it from Haskins yet. But
I think something that really hurts Alex Smith though, like for getting the nod as a starter off rip, is that there is no pre. So you can't just just work him in slowly. So it'll be interesting. I think he should start over Haskins, but not just
I don't think he'll be able to be up to game speed off the rip.
Exactly.
Yeah, you look at Teddy, bro. Look how long it took Teddy Bridgewater to acclimated him back to the game. Like after missing he missed like a year and a half.
Yeah.
It took him a while. He looked rough off rip too. Like he looked scared. He was walking weird. He couldn't make the throw. So it's like Alex Smith is worse. More surgery. 17 surgeries.
No preseason.
No preseason. That's tough.
It's very possible he spends the year as a backup, and the Redskins are kind enough to release him from his contract and let him go get signed somewhere. Maybe work out a trade deal with a team he wants to go to. It all just kind of depends on how it goes. I definitely think you're right. No preseason hurts.
Well, I think
it's a feel good story, and
100%. I think if he gets released though, like he's not.
You don't think he gets a shot?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, hold up, wait. They're actually never mind. Zach, I apologize to you. There is one quarterback in the NFL who is worse than Dwayne Haskins.
Okay. I didn't think about this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speak your truth. Speak your freaking truth, baby. That's what I like to hear.
Put Alex Smith over there in Jacksonville, okay, and he can cause you.
Whoa. Chill out. Whoa. Too far.
Gardner Minshew should not be a starter. He's literally only there because he has the mustache and the jorts, and that's the only. And the Jacksonville can't sell tickets otherwise.
False hype.
I do. There is one quarterback worse than Dwayne Haskins.
False hype.
It's like Linsanity with the New York Knicks back in 2012.
Look, I will say, like, he had a couple good throws last year and stuff, but, like, overall, he didn't do anything that made nasty. Like, every time he made a throw, getting bailed out by your receiver, because what you're doing.
I'm gonna be honest,
let him just bail this man out.
I'll be honest with you, buddy. You might cut out a little bit, but we're not gonna talk about it, okay? Because your mic is always your mic's always kind of. Anyways, I want to move on to the Week 16 predictions.
Let's do it, Mr.
So we've done so every episode, Zach, we've done predictions. We've just been going like weekly, and we're basically counting down to the actual NFL season, which is in like 3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks from today. Very first game takes place.
I got excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, dude. Texans at the Chiefs, Thursday Night Football, September 10th. Couch Couch. By the way, boys, side note, I know in our personal little fantasy league, we got drafts soon, so I will be sending out messages this weekend.
Yes.
Finally.
I've been waiting.
So.
I know. I'm on it, Zach. I'm sorry.
Waiting, sitting up, waiting. All right.
So, we're going to do our predictions for Week 16, and at the end of the year, Zach will be added in, and he will be competing against our other guests, Casey and Tyler, up to this point, to see who has the better predictions. Okay? All right? I'm excited. So, the first game, this week it's a weird week, so it's on a Friday night. Vikings at the Saints.
Ooh, Week 16.
Shall we let the guests go first?
Yeah, we'll let the guests go first. Week 16.
Who got Zach?
Week 16. I'm picking the Saints. And I'm also going to say they're going to have backup because they're going to be resting people. What's up?
That early? Okay, wait. It's Week 16, but the season is 17 weeks. Everyone gets a bye week.
I know. They're going to be...
So they're going to rest the last 2 weeks.
They ready. No, I'm joking.
They're ready.
You're right. No, they're going to win, though. Saints going to win.
Saints going to... Okay. All right, Jackson?
I got the Saints at home as well. I like them. I love the Vikings, and I think we're actually going to have them having a really good record, you and me both this year, Lucas. But
Saints at home.
Saints at home, it's something different. Especially on a Friday night, that's kind of a weird time frame.
Breeze at home? Michael Thomas getting 15 receptions a game? Or targets a game? Come on, bruh.
All right.
Do it, Lucas.
I'm picking the Vikings. Come at me, Casey.
I knew you were going to do it.
Come at me, Zach. The Vikings are going to beat the Saints. And it can be because they're resting, so the Vikings are trying harder. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care why they win, okay? Adam Thielen's going to win me a fantasy game this week. All right? Okay? Boom.
Hey, man. Saints got a bad taste in their mouth from the last time they played them at home. Just saying.
I hope Rudolph catches a push-off touchdown pass in overtime again.
That was wild. Hey, Dalvin Cook might go off. I don't know.
He might do it if my man can stay healthy.
I love Dalvin Cook too.
Next game, Titans at the Packers.
All right,
Matt
Lucas.
LaFleur revenge for ruining a whole season of Titans football for me. Thank you.
I'm going last because I got a thing, bro.
Okay.
All right, Titans at the Packers. Now here's a problem, Luke, because I've had the Titans winning so many games this year. Okay, I think it's going to be an incredible game. I think that they're going up against their former coordinator Matt LaFleur, aka Mr. Croissant. Okay, the Frenchman. But I'm going to go with the Packers at home. Okay, I got Aaron Rodgers. I got Aaron Jones. Yeah, man, it looks like this is going to be this is a Sunday night game as well? This is the Sunday night game. Okay, so
wow.
Packers at home in your face, Zach.
All right, that's it. I've had it. Titans are gonna win, and let me tell you why. Because you think that offense can handle our defense? Jeffrey Simmons, Jayon Brown, Kevin Byard, Christian Fulton, Adoree Jackson, Adoree. Think they can handle it? They got one receiver, bruh. One.
Look.
And they can't. Nobody can run on us like that. The only team that's really been able to carve us up was the Panthers, and that's all they do. So it's really good.
Look. I know you're about to say that bad man. I don't hear nothing about no discount double check. Okay.
Put the belt on him. Come on.
Look, the Titans are gonna win this game. I have better reasons than Zach. Okay.
Okay. Let me hear it.
All right. I want you to go back and I want you to look at how the Titans have played against really good football teams in this later part of the year when it's super cold and it's a primetime game and we're picked to lose. Who wins? Go ahead. How do we win? How do we win, Jackson? Let me know. Come on. Oh, it's cold? It's like -4 degrees outside? We're going to run the football and we're going to play defense. It's magical. What happened to the Ravens? What happened to the Patriots?
You fed them. You fed the king. That's
what happened, Jackson?
We both were the prophets of what exactly happened to the Ravens. And here's the thing, bro. We're not going up against Lamar Jackson, okay? And him trying to figure out what his identity.
We beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead like 3 years in a row in December or something, okay?
We beat the Chiefs that year.
Listen, bro. I'll be honest with you. I have the Titans at like 12 or 13 wins already. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta calm down. You get into that border.
16-0. But I really do think this is going to be a tough game, and I don't know, man. I'm giving the nod to the Packers this year.
I'm nervous this year, boys. Can I go ahead and say I'm nervous for the Titans this year? I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I'm nervous, man.
You made me shake when you start talking about the defense.
Look, I'm nervous just because, like, as a Titans fan, I've been through it. You know, I've been here for all the downs, none of the ups. Okay, so their prime was well before my ages of football watching. So the only experience I have with the Titans is them just letting me down. And coming off a season like we had last year, a historical run from the wild card spot, there's just not a lot there that makes me think like, I mean, there's a lot there. We have some pieces I like. I feel like teams could figure us out this year.
Yeah,
and that's what scares me the most.
What's there to? Hey, stack the box. Derrick Henry's getting the ball, but you can't tackle him.
I mean, the Chiefs stopped us. You stop Derrick Henry, we're done.
The Chiefs didn't really stop us. The Chiefs started running the football, which surprised everyone.
But every drive we got, like, we didn't do anything. 3 and out.
Because we're throwing the ball, because we're behind, because they're running all the clock down.
Arguing with each other about the outcome.
Look, I'm not saying
I'm sorry he didn't watch the football game.
I watched the game.
Look.
Christian
Panthers
Jones ate us alive.
I'm about to eat you alive. Panthers at the Washington football team.
Panthers. Washington's not winning, bro. They should put Alex Smith in. Dwayne Haskins.
Panthers at Washington.
At Washington. Ron Rivera.
Washington.
Week
16. I'm gonna go Panthers.
Ron Rivera matchup again. What's up?
Yeah, Washington's just gonna like pack it in. Tank season.
And we're tanking for Trevor.
Tanking for Trevor, baby.
Yeah, because Dwayne's bad. Colts at the Steelers. This is a good game.
This is a great game.
I actually like this. Big Ben back, baby. What's up?
Big
Ben
back. Yeah, and I got
Conner.
I got the Steelers at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Steelers too because that offense gets me excited every time.
I really feel good about the Steelers. We talked about this several times, Zach. I really feel good about the Steelers this year. I like Big Ben coming back healthy, feeling good. James Conner, like you mentioned, Juju, okay. I really like what they did with Mika Fitzpatrick and their defense last year. And me and Lucas have both made the case that Mike Tomlin should have been coach of the year last year, given what he was dealt, and nearly just barely by a hair missing the playoffs.
Hey, if it was this year, they would have made the playoffs. If it was the 7 wild card, they would have made it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to say as well, dude, like Juju not being I don't know, he's still gonna be the number one, but that rookie receiver they had last year, I can't remember his name right. I expect him to come in and have a pretty good year with Big Ben back, and I feel like that takes the load off Juju and it like settles him down a bit. So you get that going, Juju back going.
I think Juju definitely struggled too, like with the fact that he had to be a number one.
I think he underestimated what it was going to be like, because you have like one of the best receivers in the league next to you, and then the next day you don't. So
yeah,
like,
you're gonna get open because they're double teaming him every play.
yeah,
you're gonna have your one-on-one opportunities. Hard to get those whenever you are the number one yourself.
He definitely squandered. He definitely fumbled the bag. Let's just last year.
Yeah, who did you pick, Lucas?
I got the Steelers too.
Okay.
I'm sorry if y'all can hear my printer going off in the background. Someone's printing some. Falcons at the Chiefs.
Falcons at the Chiefs. This is definitely an interesting. I'm gonna let you go first, Zach.
Falcons at the Chiefs, eh?
Yeah, man.
I mean, if we're going based off last year alone, like you're gonna have to go the Chiefs, right? Like the Falcons didn't do anything last year. Gets me excited for their future. And it's Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, they had a rough time. I'm going to go with the Chiefs at home as well. I think them being at home is going to be a major part in this game. Falcons, of course, and we've talked about this several times. It depends on what kind of Matty Ice you get. Do you get 2017 MVP Matty Ice? Do you get kind of lukewarm, as Lucas would describe him, Matty Ice? Just kind of, he's there. He's right around the top 15 area of quarterbacks. Good, 3,500 yards, but not elite. You know what I mean? So, it just kind of depends on what you get. I'm not sure. I think they're in an incredibly tough division. I don't want to completely count them out yet. They're actually, we did take last week talking about our dark horse candidates that some people hadn't really thought about. And I brought up the Falcons as well in that division, because it is possible that you have 3 teams from a division make a playoff. So I don't know, man, but I got the Chiefs at home. I just think they have too much firepower for even Matt Ryan and Julio Jones to deal with.
Yeah, so I also went with the Chiefs. Like, the Falcons just don't do it for me, okay? The defense is always hurt. Matty Ice is lukewarm ice, okay?
Lukewarm.
And so I have a problem with it. Bears at the Jaguars.
Bears at the Jaguars. What you got, Zach? What's up, baby?
Give me the Bears.
You got to go with the Bears?
Bear down. Bear down.
The Bears. Yeah.
The Bears. Nick Foles coming in and leading the Bears.
Yeah, okay. I have a side question to ask you about that, Zach. Okay, before I give you my pick, I'm sorry, Lucas. I was a quick question for Zach. At what point of the season do you think that Nick Foles comes into the fray? Like, when do you think he joins the starting lineup? Because I think it has to happen at some point this year.
Fast.
I think
I think if he comes out and struggles week 1, I think they're done with him.
Yeah,
it's really weird too, because the first year he looked decent. Next year he comes out and he looks lost on the field. I ain't never seen this man. He regressed bad. Like, I remember watching that first primetime game. My man couldn't make a throw. And if he acts like that opening week, he's gone. And Nick Foles is coming in.
Yeah, I think Nick Foles comes in pretty quickly. I think they gave him a really good deal, and I think they ended up traded a decent amount for him. He's a Super Bowl MVP quarterback. Yeah, he's been a backup, but I don't think you bring in a guy of that caliber with a win that fresh only a couple of years ago within Philly. If you're not signaling to your starting quarterback currently that, hey, your time might be up. With that being said, I think that Nick Foles goes into Jacksonville, where he hurt his clavicle, and I think that he tears him up and tears him a new one. I think Khalil Mack on that defense is something different. People forgot about him last year. I got the Bears on the road.
Who'd you go with, Zach? The Bears?
The Bears.
Okay, so we're all going with the Bears.
Bears.
I mean, just like everything y'all said, like I just don't see them having the quarterback to compete with the Bears, because the Bears defense is gonna be better.
I Both offenses are not going to be that great, so it's like defense on defense, and I'm taking. I
Yeah,
know
I
they
feel
got
that.
I know they got ran through last year, but I felt like that was mainly. It was like 3
Yeah,
every
your
drive.
mic cut out. You felt like it was mainly why?
Frick. I think it like their defense struggled last year because of how often they were on the field. I mean, let's be
Right.
honest here. Like it was like 3 and out every drive. So if we're going straight up
Yeah,
defense
you're
on
the field,
defense,
you're on the field for 32 minutes.
yeah,
It's
you're gonna struggle, bro. Like
you're gonna, it's
Yeah.
gonna be rough for you. That's for sure.
these guys get
Um,
tall. You
Next game, Bengals at the Texans.
Bengals at the Texans.
Texans.
You got the Texans at home. I got the Texans at home too. I think Joe Burrow's good. I think he's going to have a decent year. I think he's going to be someone definitely to watch for the next years to come as they rebuild in Cincinnati. Definitely excited to watch him, and I hope he has a really good career. But I think the Texans have too much at this point. You got to look at guys like Brandon Cooks, you look at Kenny Steele, you look at somebody like Randall Cobb. I just don't see Cincinnati really to be able to defend that. Deshaun Watson is clear and above better than Joe Burrow right now. I know Bill O'Brien's a bad coach, but they should definitely beat the Bengals.
The main thing for me is the Bengals still don't have an offensive line, and they had probably the worst offensive line in football last year. So like bringing in Joe Burrow doesn't change that for me because they still can't run the ball.
It sells tickets, but I mean that's
Yeah,
pretty much
you still have some things wrong with your team, bad, and your defense is still not very good.
right. Definitely keep an
They
eye
just
on it.
gave didn't they just give Darqueze Denard like a ginormous contract? And he has not done anything in his career but get burnt. Like he's been a good like backup corner, but he's not been a starting level corner. And they just threw the bag at him. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. It might be a different corner or something.
Speaking of getting the bags, I know this is off. I'm picking the Texans too, by the way. But did y'all see that the Cardinals made their safety the highest paid safety in the league?
I love Buda Baker. So good. I love Buda Baker.
Yep. I just thought that was cool. Like seeing another player like get his bag.
Secure thy bag.
Giants at the Ravens.
Man, I got the Ravens at home here, man. And sorry, Ty, if you're watching this, by the way, but yeah, I just think they got too much to deal with. Saquon Barkley is an incredible talent. Danny Dimes is up and coming. That's great. I'm glad that the receiving core is healthy. And Lucas is kind of snarking at me, after Danny Dimes is up.
Danny Dimes.
He has a much better chance of making something in his career than Dwayne Haskins. And that's
hey, I will say I think Danny Dimes is okay. I think he's not awful.
Look, I just want to say, Danny Dimes is more like Danny Limes, okay? My boy needs to spend more time on the beach with tequila than on the football field, because he's not that good.
I think he's Eli Manning 2.0, which is fine.
I don't know. I wouldn't give him that much high praise yet, man.
I'm not giving him.
Eli won 2 Super Bowls.
At the end of the day, what was Eli Manning without his postseason? You know?
Eli Manning was an incredible quarterback who gave my Dallas Cowboys problems every single year. He has a last name Manning.
He got an interception problem.
One-time Super Bowl MVP. Beat the only undefeated, or beat the ruined Tom Brady's 7th ring, right? So what else do you want from him? And yeah, they had a good defense. Yeah, they had a great team, but
no, I'm not trying to take anything. I'm saying like if you take like postseason away, you take just.
Why would I take?
Yeah, but one of his postseasons, he beat the greatest NFL football team we'd seen in a long time.
I'm saying all I'm trying to say is Danny Dimes regular season. That's what he's. Eli Manning. That's what he's gonna be. Regular season. Eli Manning. I'm not trying to put him up there.
High praise.
I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be good.
All I'm saying, Eli never had Saquon Barkley.
Saquon, get it right.
Saquon. Okay, we're all going with the Ravens. Rams at the Seahawks.
Rams at the Seahawks. It's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Ooh, Zach.
This is tough. Give me a second. You go ahead and go first.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too. I think the Rams are a good football team, but I think the Seahawks are going to be at home this week. They're going to be competing with the 49ers right now. It's going to be between the Seahawks and the 49ers again. The Rams are going to try to stick in the race, but they're not going to be able to keep up. And so the Seahawks are going to look at this as a must-win divisional opponent, try to get a leg up on 49ers this late into the season.
You're at home just after Christmas, So you got to have Christmas with your family on this side too as well. So you're not just spending the day traveling. You're feeling good. You're in good spirits. It's the holidays. We're having a great time. You know what I mean? You're playing in Seattle. Yeah. Seahawks.
Let me ask you a question. Did the Rams draft a receiver this year, or did they pick anyone up in free agency? I can't remember.
Receiver wise, I'm not sure. Not that I know of.
I know they got Cam Akers, who I love.
Yeah.
I love me some Cam Akers. And I think you lose you lose Cooks.
Lost Todd Gurley. Lost Cooks.
Yeah, but look, I think Cam Akers comes in and he gives them not exactly what Todd Gurley gave them, but I think Cam Akers is going to have a good rookie season, and I think you get back a little bit of what that offense was before Todd Gurley, had all his issues. And I think if you get that, it opens things up in the passing game, and it takes a lot off Jared Goff because, let's be honest, he's a systems quarterback. When stuff starts to break down, you're going to get the worst version of him. So, like, you put him in a spot where he's comfortable, good run game. I think they could have a really good season, and I'm going to pick the upset on the road. On the road. Give me the
Rams.
You're wildin', Zach. You're really...
I'm feeling it, bro. I'm feeling it. Look, the smart pick's definitely the Seahawks, but, like, I gotta spice it up. I gotta get a little interesting here.
I like it.
Eagles at the Cowboys.
Listen, man.
Look, all I want to say is last year at this time, you lost to the practice squad.
That is true. However, at this point in the season, I think you're right, Zach. I think this is for the division. I think this is an incredibly good game. I don't know, man. I got to give it to my boys. I got to show some faith in the guys. I'm really, really liking what I'm seeing out of CeeDee Lamb in training camp. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Cooper and Gallup and Zeke. Zeke saying he has a point to prove this year, that he deserves to be the rushing champion again. So I don't know, man. I'm going to go with the Cowboys at home. I think last year we made a lot of mistakes. I know last year with the number one offense in terms of yards per game, terrible in terms of converting those into points. I think Mike McCarthy helps changes that. I think he helps us with late game management, especially with clock management and timeouts. I don't know, man. I think it's good. I think it's going to be a decent year. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
It's a tough one for me because on one side you do got McCarthy, and you do got CeeDee Lamb, who's going to be a monster next to. Gosh, that is a problem. If Dak does not do good with that, I don't know what he needs.
If Dak doesn't get 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, then I don't.
With Zeke too, like, bro, that offense is insane. But at the same time, I think it's the Eagles. They definitely they still have one of the best rosters to this day.
They definitely have better coaching at this point. You got Doug Peterson, so
I love their defense still. Got my boy, Derek Barnett on the team, and Fletcher Cox he's that man. Didn't they just get Darius Slay or who'd they get? They got a corner. Not Darius Slay. Who was it? Who they got? Didn't they get a corner?
Are you talking about the corner from the Lions?
Yes.
And then the Lions drafted and then the Lions.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
We said we're gonna get Okuda so that they could replace him. I thought it was Darius Slay. Is it not?
Yeah, I thought Darius Slay.
Maybe it is Darius Slay. I know. I thought the Giants.
The Giants have Slater.
Slay. That's who it is. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Darius Slay comes over. I feel like that helps them a lot because big week. They can stop the run, but you could just throw all over them. I know one corner's not going to help that tremendously, but it helps.
It is very Cowboys-like for the division to be on the line, and we're at home against Philly to choke it. That is 100% historical, and that's probably what's going to happen. But I got to show some faith in the boys.
Also, I really like what the Eagles did with their draft. Like, they got another really speedy receiver. Deshaun Jackson.
And a good backup quarterback from a Wentz ends up getting hurt.
Well, listen, you don't need that. Right, that's besides the point. He's going to be good, though. Jalen Hurts is going to
All right, so who you picking?
I just I'm going to go who's at home again?
The Cowboys.
It's Dallas at home, right? Ah, God.
Pick.
Man. This is tough. I'm going to go Cowboys, I guess. Freaking
all that talk. Man, they got that boy Darius Slay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah, but it's at home, bro. It's at home.
Okay. Bills at the Patriots.
Bills at the Patriots?
Who'd you pick, Lucas? I'm sorry.
Cowboys, I'm sorry.
Let's go.
We've all basically agreed.
Bills at the Pats.
The Bills at the Pats. Who did I pick here?
I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I don't see any reason not to go with the.
Yeah,
Like,
the
from
Patriots
what
are
we
not
know-
going to make the playoffs this year.
Well,
Yeah, from what we know, there's no
Tank
reason
for
not to pick the Bills.
Trevor.
Tank for Trevor.
All right, Jackson, you're going with the Bills too.
wait, I don't see a Bills at Pats game. I don't see that on week 16, bud.
All right.
Am I
Let
off the pack?
You might be off the pack. Let me go to my little app. Okay, I'm gonna hit scores.
Might be off the pot.
I just want to make sure that I didn't miss something on some other.
I see Bills Patriots Monday Night Football.
Okay, I guess I didn't. I guess mine didn't print or something. Okay, I'm gonna add this.
I demand your answer.
Bills, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
If you said the Patriots, we were gonna have to have a conversation.
All
So
right.
far, like, I mean, they could surprise everyone.
So the rest of these games, we don't have times for them. They all say to be decided. Okay, they got networks on them already, but anyways, we have the Browns at the Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Browns on the road.
Zachary.
Yeah, Browns.
All right,
The
yeah,
Browns.
we're all going with them. Dolphins
Oh,
at Raiders.
Browns. Dolphins at the Raiders.
Yeah.
This is interesting to me a little bit. I know it probably shouldn't be, but what old Brian's done with the Dolphins have been, he be doing his thing, huh?
He has done a good job, honestly. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
kinda
the
going with
Raiders.
Dolphins.
I like the Raiders, but one of the big reasons I like the Raiders because I thought they'd have the boy Will Compton, but the Titans got the boy Will Compton. That's why we're going undefeated this year.
I'm going with
Fourth linebacker, baby, fourth.
The Raiders?
Raiders at home, yes sir.
I mean, I like it. It's just, I think by this time they're gonna have a lot of quarterback problems.
Marcus gonna be the starting quarterback.
They starting quarterback. They're picking up Earl Thomas in free agency. What's up?
I mean, maybe.
Low
But
key,
Marcus
low
might
key.
be boo-boo still, so I don't know.
Broncos at the Chargers.
I'm going with the
Broncos.
Broncos on the road.
Both
In
y'all
Drew
got
Lock, we
Broncos?
believe.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go Broncos too.
In Drew Lock, we believe, baby. I don't think they're ready yet. The Chargers, like, they have good pieces. I just think they're all. Justin Herbert is not ready.
Buccaneers at the Lions.
Bucks on the road, 100%.
Zach,
Bucks, yeah, Bucks.
everyone Bucks.
It's all like Brady. It's all I gotta say, brother.
The Books.
The Bucks.
Last game, 49ers at the Cardinals.
Oh, I like this game.
You like this game?
Division could be on the line. Imagine.
I mean, yeah, probably against Seattle for the 49ers. I got the 49ers winning this game.
Hold on, bro. I think the Cardinals might be nasty this year.
You think that was?
I really do. I really think
They're
going to
be better.
Nasty.
They have a
Yeah,
chance
they
to be
got
nasty because they got D-Hop.
Kenyon Drake had a pretty good year when he came in for them. You got
He did.
D-Hop, Larry Fitz. He's still that man. Let's be real.
He is
They got Christian
Chandler
Kirk, who could-
Jones.
Chandler, the goat. You got Christian Kirk. Like, that offense is electric.
It really is. It's high
And
flying.
ooh, that defense versus that offense. Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited. We gotta wait till week 16.
Isaiah Simmons. Yes, sir.
Oh my
Yes, sir.
gosh, Isaiah Simmons.
Yes, sir.
I'm going Cardinals. Give it to me.
Picking the Cardinals. I love it. Lucas about done with you.
I get excited.
Allow me to
bro. I
scribble
like
you
this
out.
shit. Hey, when we come back and you saw, dang, I got those right. That's crazy. You're gonna be wishing you respected me.
All right, that's it for predictions, everyone. Last segment of the episode, we're going on to Take It or Leave It. For those of you that do not know, Take It or Leave It is something we do every single week where I present Jackson or some of our guests or whatever, some with a statement or a question or something. They tell me if they take it, leave it, we talk about it. It's a great time. Jackson's always wrong. I'm always right. Let's get into it. We have a guest this week, so it's a little bit different. I don't know, for those of you that tuned into the Casey episode, what we do is each of us have two things. So I've got two take it or leave it's that I present to Zach. Jackson has two take it or leave it's that he can present to anyone. And then Zach can ask us some questions because we want to let the people that visit reciprocate.
True,
Okay?
true.
So
We're very viewer friendly.
Yeah, see. So I'm gonna go first. Zachary and Jackson, you can come in after.
Okay.
Take it or leave it, Zach. Carson Wentz is only with
I
the
knew it.
Eagles for 2 more years.
I knew you would do something like this. Gosh! My brain. Let me think. Why you gotta do this? You know I like Carson. Yeah, I'm gonna take it, bro.
They
Unfortunately,
they did draft a quarterback though.
they drafted a quarterback. That says something that they think like either he can't stay healthy or they're worried about it. I think Jalen's gonna be nasty, and I feel like it's gonna be one of those Alex Smith things where Alex Smith got pushed out. It wasn't because he was bad, because it's Patrick Mahomes. I think it might be one of those, if anything. And Carson's you're gonna have to give him some big money. So
He took it, Jackson. What you got, Jack?
That hurt me.
I
That
might
hurt
as
me so
well
bad.
take it or leave it questions and make something else because literally my question here is Jalen Hurts will be the starting Eagles quarterback in the next 3 years. Like we're on the same.
Why y'all hurt me?
By the way, I'm gonna take it.
I'm gonna take
that's
it
my
too.
boy, right? Hey
Yeah,
Carson,
we're
if
gonna be
you're
honest.
listening, I know you're not listening, but if you're listening, I love you. I hope you stay healthy, brother. Prove me.
I'm gonna take it because you did. Dude is a big cap hit, and like Jalen Hurts is not.
Yeah, that's the big thing. If there was no money involved, probably.
On top of
Pending.
that, I mean that's just like a big thing you think of before you think of,
Especially with the roster
they're
they
in
have,
cap
too.
issues, but also he can't stay healthy. He's never on the field. He hasn't finished the season in like 3 years. It's whatever.
Why are we gonna give him the bag at that? Like, is he a good quarterback when he's healthy? Yes,
100%.
absolutely.
The
But
man's
you're worried about
problem.
his durability. You're worried about him
It's a
being
longevity.
he's always gonna be compared to Dak Prescott because they came out together, and so it's gonna be, especially if Dak gets a good deal, right? He's gonna be wanting to say Jared Goff got his money, Dak's gonna want his. I know Carson Wentz got paid, but when his next deal comes up, or we start getting closer and closer, year 3, he's a year away from his contract renewing. It's going to get real dicey for him. You got Jalen sitting there in the wings. Maybe he's coming in. He's probably played a couple of games at this point because Carson Wentz has been hurt. So I don't know. I think they're going to everything they're going to nod to Jalen. So I think in the next 3 years, Carson Wentz is out of Philly.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think
taking
that's
it.
bad for him. It could be good for his career, starting it somewhere new.
I'm taking it too.
If it was purely on skill, like nah, but the health thing is just.
It's a big.
Gosh, he's just missed so much time.
So my next thing, take it or leave it, is for both of y'all, but I want Zach to go first again. I'm putting him on the spot.
Okay.
So I know both of y'all know that like Richard Sherman had his ups and downs last year. Okay. But one of the big things I think that was noticeable in the Super Bowl was he kind of got burned.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl. So take it or leave it, Richard Sherman will have a terrible year this year.
Terrible?
Like he's gonna have a bad year. And I'll talk first if y'all want me to. Y'all want me to talk first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I think he's gonna have a bad year because he getting on up there. He's been kind of exposed. And you might be able to try him with a sorry receiver like Crabtree right now.
Look, see, my problem is though, like, I think in his career he's never been like known for speed. Like, you can burn him because he's always been like a slower guy. So I don't necessarily think him getting burned by like one of the fastest receiving cores in the league is like that crazy.
He's just old.
Like, I mean, we've seen it for years. Yeah, he's old, but I don't think he's gonna come and have a terrible year. Still have a good year. I think he got some football left in him. He got some ball left in that boy.
Logan Ryan's got some football left in him. My man can't get a job.
Hey, that's some bull. That's all I'm gonna say. That's some bull.
I'm gonna leave it, Lucas. I don't think he has a terrible year. I think historically he's been burned maybe 4 times in total in his entire career. Yes, he's getting up there in age, but I think he brings a lot of value to a defense and to a football team that is more than just him being a quote unquote lockdown. He's not a lockdown corner anymore, right? I think that time has passed him. But I think for him to have a terrible year, where him to be considered being the nickel corner at some point, I think he's still your clear cut starter. I think that he's more than capable of going toe to toe with a lot of these number ones. But Tyreek Hill is just something different, man. And I think that Chiefs offense is going to need a lot of interesting schemes to battle against in order to contain that amount of speed. But I do think he's getting up there, but I don't think he'll have a terrible year.
Okay.
Probably not a top 10 cornerback year, but
I still think he's really good.
I'm taking it. I think he's gonna have a bad year.
I still think I don't know, I still think he can battle and bang with these top guys. Not these like freaking 4.2, 4.3, 4.4 speed guys, 4.3, 4.2 guys, but
you think he's running with AJ?
No.
No, AJ's a freak. Built like a linebacker, run like a running back. He fast.
All right. You're up, Jack.
All right. My last take or leave it, since we both were on the same wavelength with the Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz thing. This is for both of you, but I'm going to put Zach on the spot again first. Take or leave it, Zacharias. The Titans will have 11 or more wins this year.
It's tough. We have a very
we going undefeated.
We have a very interesting schedule this year, I must say. We got some tough games in there, to be honest. 11 or more. I think we're literally gonna get 10 or 9 wins.
I can think you could firmly say 10. I'm curious about 11 or more though.
11 or more. You know what? I'm gonna take it. Get at 11. I think we can.
We're winning 12 games. We're going 12-4.
12-4. Hey, we go 12-4. I might be dead.
Now I don't know exactly what my predictions have come out to be that I've done weekly here, because every week I'm feeling invincible. But I think the Titans are gonna go 12-4.
For me, it's like the division games that it comes down to, like the Colts and the Texans. I feel like we can bang with any other team, but like in division stuff, it's been interesting the last couple of years.
We're gonna be doing a lot of banging. That's all I know. Okay.
Yeah, we can bang on these bigger teams who are not in our division. We've seen it. We bang on them. We eat those.
Are you taking it, Jack?
I'm taking it.
Oh my god!
I think they get at least 11. I think they go 11-5.
Oh my goodness! I feel good.
I do. I feel good about them. I think they're clearly better than the Jags. That's 2 dubs.
Yes, sir.
I feel like you split with the Colts.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like you beat the Texans twice this year.
Oh, stroke our ego. I
do. I feel like you beat the Texans twice. I feel like there's some couple interesting games later on in the year that can get a little bit dicey. But I love Tannehill. I love what Derrick Henry's been able to bring to this team. I feel like, you just give him the rock. You signed the boy Will Compton. He's back. He literally busting with the boys.
Third string, fourth string.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So, I think you're by far and away, in my opinion, the best team in that division. So,
hey, this is a side note. But Will Compton tweeted out, like, after he got signed, he was like, most historic special teams / third string linebacker signing in history.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to say, I'm pretty sure we're still getting respect as Titans. I'm pretty sure week 1 people are expecting the Broncos to beat us, which is so disrespectful, I must say. Now, I understand that they think that defense is going to be ungodly because we just gave them Jarrell Casey, who is still disgusting. Mm-hmm. But, like, I don't think that changes much. Jeffrey Simmons replaces him, I think. He's better, probably now. People need to chill out, all right? That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get into it.
Good year, man. I think it's going to be a good year for the Titans. I can feel it.
All right, Zach.
To the bowl. All right. Now, one of mine is all right. So we know that every year in the NFL that like there's a team the year before that was really good that just falls off, right? It happens almost every single year. Now, what team do you guys think that's going to be this year?
Okay. So I think we might have done a thing where it's like, hey, like what team do you think is going to go being from like really good to really bad this year? I think we might have done something like that. Obviously, you have to thank the Patriots.
That was the first person I thought.
Well, that's obvious.
But the first thing that came to my head, that's not like an obvious one like that. 49ers.
Ooh, that's a good.
Really?
They've lost some people. They had some injury issues. They don't have a Super Bowl quarterback.
Whoa. I mean, you might be right, but Jimmy G's good.
Now, when they get Deshaun Watson next year, they will have a Super Bowl
They
quarterback.
get Deshaun Watson, I'm freaking out. I'm fighting the world, but I'm happy at the same time because heck, the Texans.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack?
Oh man, that 49ers is a really, really good pick. I mean, it's very. It just seems like that's on the side of history, right? You have teams that come in, they lose the Super Bowl. You think they're going to be back, and maybe the team that won it doesn't quite get there, and they're going to finally take their spot on the crown, but they just can't find a way. It's happened to Kyle Shanahan before. Last time it happened to him, he dipped out and ran to San Francisco after getting destroyed by the GOAT himself, Tom Brady. It just happened. He mismanaged the clock again in the Super Bowl. So there's definitely going to be some questions over his late game clock management abilities. I don't believe in Jimmy G. I think he's average at the moment. I think that there is a plot to get Deshaun Watson. Me and Lucas have talked about this at length. Please see our previous episodes if you want to get full details.
Interesting.
I really do like that pick. I feel like at this point for me, it's going to be Houston. I feel like Houston was a good team. I think they were in the divisional round. They were up 24-0 on the Kansas City Chiefs to make a trip to the AFC Championship game to play against the Titans. Didn't happen. They choked the lead, and I think getting rid of the best receiver in the NFL doesn't do you any favors. I would hope Bill O'Brien's days are numbered, and I feel like Houston's just not going to be that good. I feel like they're going to finish third in the division behind the Colts, 7-9.
I just want to say I hope Bill O'Brien stays there for a very long time. What he's done for us, alone has just been beautiful. Keep doing it. Good job, buddy. Keep it up.
I love you, Zach. Yeah, Houston for me.
Also, heck the gosh darn Texans, because if they would have got to the AFC Championship, we would have went to Super Bowl.
We would have already been there. They haven't ruined it. Only the Texans could ruin our chance of getting to the Super Bowl.
I know. They somehow found it. You know what they did? They sat there. It's like, how can we ruin the Titans even more?
We'll let the Chiefs
Let's just lose. Let's go up 24 and get all their fans excited, and then cuck them, and then just. That's what they did, 100%. Now, I think Houston's still pretty good. I know they lost to D-Hop, the best in the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of a bold take. I know some of our viewers get.
I don't know. I think a lot of people agree with you, which is wild to me because they haven't lost that much though. Like, to be honest,
it's just like you signed this tackle to a stupid amount of money, which means you don't have the money to keep D-Hop, who's the best wide receiver in the league, who is the one person that has kept Deshaun Watson afloat sometimes. They don't have a real halfback, really. I mean, they have half of a halfback. They got I want to say a quarterback, but they already have. They got two quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think Brandon Cooks is going to come in and do good. I think David Johnson
is going to have a good year too. I really do. I think he's going to have a bounce back year.
David Johnson is the X factor of that team.
Yeah.
Because if he gets going, is
he going to be superstar?
I don't think bro. Like I wanted him.
I think he has a good year.
I wanted him to be so much.
But give it to Bill O'Brien as a way to mess up that team. That's kind of what I'm like.
What do you think, Zach?
You see, I think out of every team on that, like, who made the playoffs alone last year, I think you have to go with Houston out of all of them, right?
New England.
Yeah, New England, and then like on the NFC side, I don't know, like all those teams on the NFC side look nasty. So like I think you have to go Houston. Like you could make a crazy one like San Fran.
Hey, the Bills.
That is possible.
The Bills.
I think the San Fran's a good pick.
San Fran is my favorite pick. The Saints, Drew Brees might show his age.
I just don't see it.
The Saints, which is.
I don't see it just because of like that system and like Alvin Kamara and like.
I thought
they always got him.
I thought Lucas was gonna say Green Bay. I really thought Lucas.
I could see Green Bay.
Somehow that little Italian snake.
he does the damn thing. He somehow does
that little, thing. Whatever he is, okay, just finds his way.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Green Bay. Like I really like Green Bay, but I feel like the tension between Aaron Rodgers and that team is just gonna. something's gonna happen where it's just gonna be like, all right, I've had enough.
It's gonna
Maybe
boil
this year.
over.
And
Aaron Rodgers is gonna come and be our backup quarterback behind Ryan Tannehill.
he could be real. I think that team's
Lucas. That is
gosh.
you're looking sideways,
man.
That is the most blasphemous thing I think I've ever heard you say in your entire life.
Next
one, Zacharias.
My next thing is gonna be like, what team do you see like making a push to the playoffs out of like the lower teams, or like making a deep run? Now I'm gonna say mine first. We're gonna get weird up in here. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ain't gonna like this. I'm gonna say the Bills. We going in.
Bills gonna get nasty.
I think the Bills can make a decent run.
All right, get ready for this one, buddy. Go ahead and buckle up. Allow me to flip back to our most recent podcast. We did dark horse predictions.
We did.
So this fits in with exactly what you're saying. I have 2 picks.
Okay.
The Browns and the Cardinals.
Yes, sir. I like both those.
If there is a team that is going to do some wild stuff and come to the playoffs and knock some people off like the Titans did last year, it's going to be the Browns or the Cardinals. I like the Browns the most, but the Cardinals are definitely a team there too.
I just want to say, I know the Bills is like kind of like they made the playoffs, but
They
like
kind of made the playoffs and won a game.
And last year,
Oh, they
like,
lost a game.
Yeah, they didn't look, good.
They should have beat Houston too, by the way.
Yeah, they should have, but guess who goofed that up? Oh boy.
But I have an interesting pick, kind of too. And again, I was going to go back to our episode last week, Lucas. And of course, we both picked the Browns. But my pick that I had, as opposed to yours pick with Arizona, which by the way, I actually do like that pick. Kyler Murray's something different. I got the Falcons, man. I don't know. I feel like with the playoffs being 7 teams the way they are now, more than ever, is it possible for a team to have, or a division to have 3 teams come out of it? I feel like the Falcons are being heavily overlooked, and rightfully so. You have a division with Breeze and Brady, arguably 2 of the greatest quarterbacks ever. One of them, for sure, the greatest quarterback ever. And it seems right that, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and the rest of the guys are getting overlooked. I like what they've done with Atlanta. I think they drafted extremely well. I think they're giving Todd Gurley a shot. I think it's a kind of a low risk, high reward type thing here. I don't think you're really expecting too much out of Gurley, but I don't know, man. Matty Ice. Let's not forget that 3 years ago he was, and again, he was up 28-3 and could be a Super Bowl champion quarterback at this exact point, and with an MVP trophy. So I think they might. I think when they get in at number 7, right? I don't know. That's a dangerous team. I don't really feel like I want Atlanta coming into Dallas or Atlanta going into Green Bay, because I feel like their potential on that team, by the way, they've been hurt for the past 2 years with their defense, just keeps getting played with injuries. They're finally healthy and ready to go again. I don't know, man. I just feel like Matt Ryan might do something this year. So if there is a team that's kind of out there that I feel like could make a run, it might be Matty Ice.
Also, think about Matty Ice. Like, all their success is coming on the run. And like last year they didn't have that because I picked him in fantasy, but he screwed me so hard. Oh, how he screwed me. And now he's cut. Not thank God, I feel bad for the boy, but like, he screwed me. But
yeah.
If Todd Gurley can be just good. You don't even got to be great, just good. That team's different because they got Calvin Ridley, who's disgusting. One of the best young receivers in the league, if not like the best.
For sure.
And then Julio, top 5, always been top 5.
Top 3.
He's so nasty. Like, that team's a problem. With a run game, their big question for me is their defense.
Yeah, and I think that's been a big question for everybody, especially in their division, right? You got to play Tampa twice. You got to play the Saints twice. Carolina's no easy game.
I'm not really worried about their division because in their division, like, they've been known to just bang on each other. Like, they put up points in those games. It's like all these other teams can just get a couple stops. I think
because there's a 7-team playoff this year on either side, it opens the door for them, and we've seen it happen time and time again. You get that wild card team, they get hot, they get rolling. Titans last year, Giants in 2008, right? 2007, excuse me. Like, you peak or you peak at the right time, and you just might do some damage. So I just feel like that's one of those weird teams. But Zachary, thank you so much for coming onto the pod, brother. It's been a great time having you. Thanks for pulling up and
I pulled up.
and hanging out with us with the take it or leave it scenario. I know it is kind of late here as the time of recording, guys. We're going to go ahead and hop on out of the studio. But before we go, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to leave a like on the video. Really helps us out a whole lot. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can see more, and leave some comments, leave some questions down in that comment section. Me and Lucas and whoever else we have on the pod, or it might just be just us two. We love to interact with you guys, bring you guys here onto the podcast with us whenever we do get that chance to do that. But you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and more. But I think that's it from all of us. You guys have a safe and fun and joyous weekend, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
Deuces.